Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. All praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Rekakadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shah being the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Now, when you're thinking about the transatlantic slave trade and the tribulation, the great tribulation that's approaching, it's gonna be worse in Jacob's trouble than the transatlantic slave trade. And when you think about all the atrocities and great evils that have came upon the planet, uh, the slave trade was one of the greatest because you had people pissing on themselves. See, they had diarrhea. See, people had uh, illnesses. They was getting sick. So you know they having diarrhea and they gotta piss every 2 hours. See, your bowels move uh, every 2 to 8 hours, and so these people in this ship, you got 300 people in a ship, and you see these ignorant people trying to say nobody came over here in slave ships is retarded. You got the insurance companies that had policies on the ships and the cargo that was on the ships, proving that they had slaves on the ship. You had the Indian company. They was building the ships and keeping the records of the whole situation. You had the women having babies on the ships, them being force fed, the so-called white man force feeding them because he trying to get money from selling them. So he don't want them to drop dead. He trying to sell them. So he trying to keep them clean, go in there and throw water on them while they chained up. And so this is a example of how the Lord is going to punish his people. Now, when let's go into Daniel and see what this situation was about. Daniel. All right. Daniel chapter 9, verse 11. It says, yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing that they might not obey your voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him. Verse 12, and he have confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil under the whole heaven, have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem. 13, it says, as it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil is come upon us. And so these individuals don't understand how these two things affect each other. Now let's get 12 and 1. And it says, at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which stands for the children of your people, and there shall be a time of trouble. See, that's Jacob's trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time your people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. So it's never gonna be a time, or none of the time in history before Jacob's trouble is gonna be uh equal to the trouble that's gonna happen when the children of Israel is delivered. It's gonna be a trouble that's um unmatched. Let's get it in Matthew 24 real quick. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days be should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." So it's no people will be alive if he don't crack the sky and stop the trouble, stop the destruction. Let's get 2nd Ezra 15, I think around about the 16th or the 19th verse. 19, it say, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation." You see, all hate will break loose, and these individuals is gonna have a major great tribulation. Now on them slave ships, they was trying to starve themselves to death. See, the slave master had to force feed them, knock their teeth out, and force feed them because they rather die than be a slave. They would out over the edge of the boat and let the sharks eat them up before they be a slave to these dragons. But this is gonna be something different. Look at verse 22 of 16. It say, "For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy." So this time it's not gonna be no they trying to starve themselves. They gonna be looking for food. Look at verse 22. It's saying, "Suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and full storehouses shall be suddenly found empty." So the stores is gonna be empty. Ain't gonna be no food in the store because uh, whatever the situation, all chaos breaking loose, or the government confiscating the food, and or the government not allowing people to go in the store unless they take the MOT to the B, that grain of rice, that charagma. 23 is saying, "The trumpet shall give a sound which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid." Now that trumpet can go into that C hip. See, because when people see that, oh, we gotta put a C hip in our hand, what is up with that? We gotta do that in order to get some food. And we've been hearing that these men telling us if we take it, we're gonna possibly catch some kind of cancerous sore from it. or we gonna be killed by nuclear fire. So we stuck in the middle of a hard place. 24 say, at that time shall friends fight one another like enemies. See, that's when a man is not going to pity his neighbor. He's not going to pity his friend because it's going to be famine on the scene. Because the so-called white man, he the one control the food, the water, and these supplies that's given out to the people. He have his corporations supplying the food for the people. See, the government went through the neighborhood, went through the highways, and start cutting down all the trees, all the fruits, the plums, the wild plums. They cut them down, the wild bullets. See, they won't let you grow no fruit in your front yard. You got to try to grow something in the back. And one lady grew food all in her yard, and the government came and cut everything down. She was surviving off the food in her yard, and they came and cut everything down in the lady yard. See, this is the strategy that these dragons is using. When you go on to 2nd Ezra 16, it tells you clearly why the situation gonna pop off. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you." See, that's that wrath, that great wrath is coming from these dragons. See, when they see that their time is up, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle. Now that feed you being idle, that's a major statement because they trying to give this universal income where they gonna give you money because you ain't got no job. See, that idle goes into not working. While you not working, they gonna try to give you some money for free. But guess how they gonna give you the money for free? With that C hip, that grain of rice, that MO to the T to the B in your hand or in your head. Verse 69 say, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot." So the ones that go along with it, it's going to be a punishment for them. Not only is you got the grievous sword, you got the nuclear fire. And then this is when the people who don't consent, it say verse 7, "For there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." See, those that fear the Lord's punishment, because them 7 angels, Revelation 16, they bring in the wrath of God. And the wrath of God is going to bring that grievous sword. See, because they consented unto the MO to the B, which is the C hip and the grain of rice. See, they consented to them because they was being idle. They didn't have no way to make no money and to feed themselves. See, the job, they can make the job obsolete in this country. Cause it's just a stupid game that they playing anyway with these jobs. They can make it obsolete, and then you got to get a universal income. Like you gotta say, you gonna own nothing and be happy that you own nothing, because you ain't gonna have no job, and they gonna be giving you money. So you ain't gonna be mad that you don't own nothing, cause you ain't got to work for nothing. See, That being idle is a major statement. But anyway, it say they verse 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods. What I was just saying now? That famine ain't got to be where there ain't no food. These people got plenty of food, man. It's food all in abundance. They throwing away most of the freaking food because they can't get the food to the people. A lot of the food get thrown in the garbage. They got more food than they can handle. But see, what they gonna do is those that don't consent to their stinking new money system that they gonna try to put in people's body and turn them into a freaking cyborg. They gonna take away your goods then. Oh, we taking away all the food. See, we taking away the food and anything you got valuable. And we kicking you up out your house because you ain't consenting to this our system that we done set up. Our great reset. You ain't consenting to it. So guess what? You ain't got no place to stay and you ain't got no food. It say verse 73, then shall they be known. How? Because they done got kicked out the house and everything got taken away from the people, man. How you not gonna know them? And then you got a raggedy Negro and a Hispanic and a Native American that's gonna consent. See, they gonna say, okay, master, whatever you say, and we'll do whatever you tell us to do, master. See, just like they did with that poison. He told them that the poison is a trick by these dragons, and folk dropping dead, having all kind of heart attacks and strokes. See, people having all kind of illnesses, and the devil ain't gonna report it and say it was because the poison he put in their behind. He just gonna say, oh, he had a stroke. Oh, he had a blood clot. See, they're not gonna say that the blood clot coming from the poison that he put in these people behind and they drop dead. See, they consented to that situation. So the next one they gonna consent to that too, and the devil know it. But it's a group that ain't gonna consent. They gonna be known. Say, oh, the spirit done let these people not consent to us, so we know we gotta attack they behind. Take all this stuff, kick them out into the street. See, that's when these other people they gonna understand that these people ain't is dead serious about what they talking about. And the government ain't coming from no stinking funky religion. When you go into Revelation 12, 17, see, these religions thinking they talking about them. They saying the dragon was wroth with the woman. See, the Jehovah Wickedness will tell you that that's they stinking Christian congregation. No, the dragon ain't gonna come from no Jehovah Wickedness, cause they gonna consent to everything that the government tell them to do. They consented to that freaking poison, and a lot of them, shoot, the majority of them jokers was dropping dead. Out of all the peoples on the whole earth, it was the Jehovah Wickedness dropping dead. It says, and went to wage war with the remnant of her seed. See, this is talking about a bloodline, a seed from a nation, the children of a nation that was promised to have be delivered from this destruction that's coming. See, because they already went through the slave trade in 360 years worth of slavery to the devil, to the so-called white man. So they was granted a delivery from it if they follow what it say, which kept the commandments of God. They keep the commandment and have the testimony of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. See, if they got that testimony, which is the spirit of prophecy, they believe in these prophecies. They understand what's going to happen. See, they put faith in the prophecy. Let's get that 2nd Ezra 15:1. It say, Behold, speak you in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in your mouth, says the Lord. See, he putting the prophecy in those Israelites that could keep the commandments and that keep the testimony of Yahweh, which is the spirit of prophecy. See, they gonna be having the prophecies in their mouth telling you that these dragons is gonna attack if you don't follow the mess. And see, they gonna give you an ultimatum. Let's get that. That's what Revelation 13 is talking about, man. It's a simple ultimatum that the devil gonna present. He said, let me start at 16. It say, and he caused all, both small and great. See, he caused these people to do something. Now he gonna deceive them to do it, but he gonna cause them to do it, meaning he gonna give them an ultimatum. You do this or else. Both small and great, rich or poor, free and run to receive a mark in the right hand or in the forehead. 17, let you know it's an ultimatum. And that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark, unless you do what we tell you to do. That's what that save he had the mark means. Unless you do what we tell you to do, you ain't gonna buy and sell no food out of our store. You ain't gonna live in these houses. We gonna take your goods and kick you out of your house unless you do what we say. That's a simple situation, man. And the beast is clearly the government. It ain't no freaking animal or none of that mess that these so-called Christians are trying to make up some ignorant foolishness. Now, when you go into, I want to get this one verse that talks about this slavery, slavery situation. And it talked about it multiple times. Look at 1 Samuel 3 and 11. It says, and the Lord said unto Samuel, behold, I will do a thing in Israel at which both the ears of every one that hear it shall tingle. See, when you hear about the stuff that the Lord gonna put on these blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, your ears tingle, man. You was on a slave ship, pissing and pooping all over yourself. See, for months, because it take that ship ain't gonna just slide over there to them islands, ain't gonna slide over here to America in a couple of days. They on the ship for some months. See, chained up beside somebody pissing, having administration on itself. See, when you hear about that stuff, your ears gonna tingle. A lot of the Negroes can't even listen to it and think of it. They don't even want to think about it. I don't want to know. I don't want y'all. Why y'all watching that kind of stuff? Why y'all even talking about that stuff? See, because you can't even think. You can't even hear about the atrocities that happened to these people. Jeremiah 19 and 3 is saying, say, hear the word of the Lord, O kings of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem. Thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will bring evil upon this place, though that which whoever heareth, his ears shall tingle. And what was some of the evils that he brought on the Israelite? Lamentation. Let's go ahead and get that. Let's see, Lamentation 4. Where is it? Look at 10. He say the hands of the pitiful women have sought their own children, and they were meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. See, these people was so hungry they was eating their freaking children. Look at verse 9. It said, and they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. See, that's why that famine gonna be so dramatic. That's why people gonna panic when the so-called government give an ultimatum that you got to do some craziness to go in their store and buy some food. When they give you that ultimatum, then your mind is gonna click into savage mode. Then you ain't gonna pity your neighbor. See, because they might just uh hear what this dragon say, hear the decree that this dragon decree, and go crazy and go tear out the people's store and take everything out the store. And then the stores are empty. Now when you go into let's see here, Isaiah 10, it say, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. See, they can decree this situation. We decree that you got to be a freaking robot to go into our store and eat something. You got to let us put some crap in your body, some electronic device in your body. See, so you can go in the store and just the device gonna connect to our devices that's in the store, and you ain't got to talk to nobody. You ain't got to do nothing. Just walk in the store, get your stuff, and walk out. It's gonna be so convenient, but you gotta let us put this electronic device in your behind. See, this is what these dragons gonna decree. Some Negroes is gonna lose their mind. Some even other low-level dragon is gonna lose their mind. See, because the devil gonna fight against each other. See, that's what the red horse say. They gonna kill one another. They not just gonna go down, go along with everything that the government tell them to do. They always plan on having militias. That's why the Constitution talks about militias. They having groups, armed groups that's gonna get to fighting each other and getting to fighting against the government. See, once he make that decree, all hell can break loose. That's really the staple of the situation. This dragon make that decree, and it's gonna be on and popping. It says with and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. They already written the thing in law. They trying to get a central bank currency or digital currency for the country to replace the freaking dollar. See, they already done wrote that whole situation in law. That's why we know it's about to pop off at any time. They can make that decree at any time. They got it, putting it in people's bodies in Sweden, putting in people's bodies all over the Europe, Germany. They got people putting it in the body. They got a whole C-hip girl. Her whole channel is dedicated to freaking C-hip. So at any time, these dragons can come with it. Now, let me get Psalms. I'll close out. Psalms 19. Let's see. Salakia, Psalm 94. 94 and 16. No, Salakia, 94 and 20. It says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with you? And that throne of iniquity is talking about mainly America, who is the throne of the man of sin. Because that iniquity goes into sin. The man of sin is these dragons. And America is their throne. They get all of their power from America because they getting free labor, minimum wage from blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It say, which frameth mischief by a law. See, they gonna decree this law that you don't come in our grocery store unless you let us put this device in you, man. We don't know what the heck y'all think this is. 2 Corinthians 2:11. It said, lest Satan shall get an advantage of us, because he gonna get an advantage of them 2/3 Negroes that's gonna consent to him and be trodden under the foot. He gonna get a good advantage over them. It says, for we are not ignorant of his devices. See, we ain't ignorant of what these people got going on. For the prophecies pinpoint who gonna do what. See, it pinpoint exactly what these dragons gonna do and when they gonna do it. So we ain't ignorant of the situation. Now, that brings First Thessalonians. It says, but the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. See, he ain't got the right and tell us the time and the season, because the prophecies tell us the whole story. So Apostle Paul didn't have to tell us no time and season. See, Isaiah told us the story. Second Esdras told us the story. See, Paul didn't have to come and say, oh man, this is what's gonna happen at this specific time. It says, for yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Now he ain't coming as a thief in the night for everybody. It say, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon them, as travail upon a woman with a child, and they shall not escape. And that peace and safety really going into what the elites gonna say. See, when they think they done got their ultimatum and they done got pretty much the 2/3 to go along with what they say, they gonna think they done accomplished something. See, when they done passed the law and made their decree, and they see these Negroes lining up, making commercials and music videos and all kind of stuff, deceiving people, telling them it's cool to have this device in their behind, they gonna think they got peace now. They gonna think they safe. But see, it's not gonna be a group of people that's gonna consent with they behind. They say, but ye brethren are not in darkness. See, we not in no darkness. We know exactly when these dragons gonna attack. It say that they shall. It say that day should overtake you as a thief. So it's not gonna come as a thief in the night. See, to everybody, the people that's gonna consent to them, it's gonna be a thief in the night on them. And really, even on them, it ain't even the thief in the night ain't focused on them. It's really focused on the ones that shall say peace and safety. See, when these dragons think, oh, we done got them now. We got our device tracking they behind. And the ones that didn't, we done threw them out on the street. We gonna starve they behind now. So they gonna drop dead in a few days. Hey, boy, these dragons off the chain. Verse 5, it say, ye are all children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. See, we know exactly what's going on. We understand who the devil is. See, we ain't thinking that God love everybody with no freaking Christian church. Verse 6, it say, therefore let us not sleep as others do, but let us watch and be sober. See, we ain't sleeping. We on the internet day and night. Like Michael Jackson said, working, working, working day and night. We day and night. Let me get that out of Isaiah. Isaiah 62. Verse 6 and 7. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. See, we on the dragon behind day and night. I was telling this crippled dude, I say, listen, man, they be assassinating people and doing all kind of stuff if they talk against the government. But guess what? We gonna talk against they behind. And we gonna tell them God gonna kill they behind real quick. And we ain't gonna hesitate to tell them. Let's get that out of what is it? Jeremiah 28:8. That's our job. That's what our job is. Main job. It said the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So we telling the great kingdom war coming. Yahweh is coming for your behind, and he gonna kill you, man. He not gonna waste no time with you. He not gonna play no games with you. Revelation 19:19, it said, and I saw the beast and the kings of the earth. What's a king? That's a government. And their armies. See, your military, you got tanks, guns, bombs, battleships, and their armies are gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. See, they gonna try to come battle Yahweh Shah. They think they gonna be able to beat Yahweh Shah. See, look at what he said in verse 11. It said, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness do judge and make war. See, he gonna be coming to judge, and he ain't playing no game with these people. See, they thinking this their pride is so high and so great that they gonna battle with God. See, that's the kind of military mind that these people got. Let's see here, and they gonna meet him in the sky. Let's go ahead and get that. 7 Revelation 12:7 is saying there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. See, it's gonna be a major fight. You're gonna hear all kind of stuff going on in the sky. And the dragon fought, and his angel, meaning his army, fought against the Lord and prevailed not. See, you is not finna prevail. Yahweh Shai is gonna kick your behind, man. It's gonna be a wonderful destruction. A wonderful butt whooping. Now let's see what happened. Yahweh Shai, hold on. Let's get some detail. Okay, here we go. He said, verse 5, he's saying, behold, I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number for the four winds of the heavens to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So they're gonna try to subdue Yahweh Shai. But I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain and flew upon it. That great mountain, that chariot. See what they put on Independence Day. See, these dragons know the scriptures, man. That great chariot gonna appear in the sky on their behind, and they gonna try to go. What it say? Gather together a multitude of men out of number. You can't even number how many of these dragons gonna be in a plane trying to go defeat the Lord. He said, verse 8, it said, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him was saw afraid, and durst fight. So they was afraid, but they still was gonna fight. You ain't got no other choice now. You in that plane, and you seeing you can't do nothing to him. Verse 9, it said, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held the sword, nor any instrument of war. See, that chariot ain't gonna have no sword come out and go to swinging at him. The chariot ain't gonna have no, no guns or bombs that these people done made on the earth, man. Verse 10, it say, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. See, that's all them lasers that gonna be coming out that chariot. Verse 11, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one. See, these dragons gonna be falling out the sky, man. That's why I say that the dragon fell from heaven. It's not talking about the heaven up there in the fourth dimension with God, the heavens of heaven. Heaven means sky in the Bible, man. And these dragons try to tell you it means every time you see heaven, it means up there with God. Just retarded, man. Now, let's see. I want to get Yahushua coming with that fire. I'm gonna end it on that. That's a perfect ending. It says, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire." It's Isaiah 66:15. "And with his chariots like a whirlwind." See, that's that chariot. That's that major battleship that's gonna come on their behind. And it's probably already floating up there and they done seen it with their little radar. That's why they pushing their poison and getting their sea hip ready. It say to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. See, Ezra just didn't see the vision. Isaiah saw the vision too. And he said it wasn't no instrument from some earth that they going to war with. It's some fire that we ain't never seen before. It says, "For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many." What he said in the second Ezra, that he burned every last one of they behind up. You gonna try to go battle Yahushua? You got to be crazy. Now, Isaiah 34, real quick. He said, "For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies." See, they gonna gather all their armies together, all these nations. They gonna forget about what they beefing about. They gonna turn their attention to Yahushua. It say, "He have utterly destroyed them." See, every last one, burning them up. "He have delivered them to the slaughter." So this is how the story gonna end. Yeah, the Israelites, we had to get our behind whooped from left to right, front and center. And where you can't even think about it, your ears gonna tingle when you think about the punishment we was given. But the Lord finna fight for his people, man. And he gonna kick they behind. See, they haven't. Let me go ahead and get that at Maccabees, man. Maccabees 6:14. See, they haven't got a punishment, but they gonna get it. Let me get 12 too. They say, "Now perceive those that read this book that they be not discouraged for these calamities." If we ain't gonna be discouraged because we was getting our behind whooped. We know the ending of the situation. But that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction. See, he wasn't gonna destroy us. We gonna make a major comeback. It say, "But for a chastening of our nation." He just had to whoop our behind. It said 14, "For not as with other nations." See, these other people that ain't a part of our family. Boy, y'all, they finna get it. "Whom the Lord patiently forbear to punish." See, he been patient with them. He ain't even put the punishment on they behind yet. They ain't been in no slave ship pissing and pooping on theyself. See, they ain't went through no major tribulation. It said, "Till they be come to the fullness of their sin, so dealeth he with us." So they got the good. He waiting till they get to the fullness of their sin, and then he gonna put it on their behind. And that's when he doing right now. He bringing Yahushua, but before Yahushua come, he letting these dragons come with all kind of nuclear bombs, earthquakes, pestilence. They pushing all kind of disease and drugs. That's what that Revelation 18 and 23 is sorceries. They pushing all kind of drugs on people, making them drop dead, poison. The name of couple, sugar. Got people drinking the poison like it's water. That's how this dragon deceive people, man. But I'm gonna leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honor to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, descendants of slaves, scattered around the globe on slave ships and through many captivities. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.